Right now, I am watching WWF Survivor Series 1999. Now, the scheduled main event of this show was supposed to be one of the biggest matches of all time. Triple H defending the WWF Championship against Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. That's probably the three biggest stars in wrestling at this time, all in one match, a triple threat match for the WWF Championship. And so that was the scheduled main event for the show. We'll see if that winds up actually being the main event. Also, Kurt Angle's debut match is on this show. And I think there are some Survivor Series style matches, like elimination matches on the show. I don't actually remember all the matches, but we'll see what they are. Right now, the show is beginning, and they're showing a video package hyping up the triple threat main event. Pyro's going off. Again, I mentioned this a lot, but I love how they change the setup for the entrance on each of these Attitude Era pay-per-views. It really makes it feel like a special event, as it should. You know, the premium live events that WWE does these days, they use generic entrance ways and like it's nothing. And everyone's okay with that because, hey, you know, everybody will eat up anything that WWE serves to them these days. So the attention to detail in terms of quality and, you know, producing a very entertaining product was very different back then in 1999. This is a November 1999 show. Here comes the Godfather. I mean, you should see the ovation that the Godfather is getting. And he's coming out here with his women. Pretty much everyone up and down the roster was over with the crowd. I mean, the crowd cared about all the characters, or 99% of them. You know, these days it's hard to get anybody to care about anyone except the top people. And that's a problem. Because when you see WWE Championship matches these days, you pretty much know who's going to win ahead of time because nobody is like a legit threat to the top guys. I mean, if you look at most of the people that Roman Reigns faced during his 3 or 4 year title reign, most of them didn't stand a chance and everybody knew it. You know, that's not the way it's supposed to be. Everybody should be viewed as a legitimate threat in some way, even if it has to involve cheating and interference and stuff. Like, I shouldn't be able to predict the outcome of nearly every match so easily. Well, and for example, this show, their scheduled main event, The Rock, Triple H, and Steve Austin, nobody knows who's going to win that match because those are three guys who are legitimate top level guys, and that's the way it should be. Anybody in a WWF Championship match should be a believable champion. And the reason why so many of the number one contenders these days are not viewed as legitimate championship material, that is the WWE's fault, because they're not building up their stars properly. Here comes Godfather's tag team partner, D'Lo Brown, and D'Lo is wearing Godfather attire. See, this is where D'Lo Brown's career unfortunately started to decline. Like, he was super hot during the summer of 1999, winning the European title and the Intercontinental Championship. But then in the fall of 99, there was an accident involving Darren Drozdov, or Droz, in a match against D'Lo Brown. And I feel like after that, D'Lo Brown's career just went nowhere. And I'm not saying it's because of that incident. It's just the timing of everything is just, that's what it looks like, because D'Lo, oh wow. Okay, yeah, this is a Survivor Series style elimination match, and everybody's wearing Godfather attire and coming out to the Godfather's music. So Godfather has D'Lo Brown as a partner, but also the Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher, as partners, and they're coming out in Godfather attire. Anyway, so yeah, D'Lo went from being Intercontinental Champion and European Champion, double champion, okay? And being a very entertaining fan favorite. And then he went down to like the tag team division and he sort of just drifted away. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's his fault. The WWF just stopped using him. Here come their opponents. First, the Dudley Boyz, Bubba Ray and Devon. And these guys are still relatively new to the WWF at this time, fresh off their run in ECW. In fact, they still aren't wearing their trademark camouflage gear. Right now they're wearing tie-dye shirts that say Dudley Boyz on them, and Devon is wearing overalls. That's how early on this is. They got the glasses that don't have any glass in them, though. And Dudley Boyz, Bubba Ray is on the mic asking Godfather for his women. He's asking Godfather, are you going to offer us any of your women? And the women don't want anything to do with them. And this was also at a time when Bubba Ray had a stuttering problem, and Godfather just mocked him for that. Here comes Faarooq and Bradshaw, the Acolytes, who are no longer using their Ministry of Darkness music, but they're still wearing Ministry of Darkness Acolyte gear, with their chests painted with symbols and all that. Yeah, this is, I think, just before they started doing the Acolyte Protection Agency gimmick, where they offered their services to other wrestlers to protect them as bodyguards. And they were always seen in the back gambling, smoking, drinking. It's funny how they transitioned to like a much better gimmick. And then eventually Bradshaw became JBL, became WWE champion. So that's the great thing about pro wrestling. I mean, you can change your gimmick and then turn into like the top star in the company. And you know, you want to know an example of that? There's a guy named Kazuchika Okada. No, he hasn't been in WWE, but you know, many years ago, he was in TNA, I believe, as Okada, and really was nobody. Then he goes back to Japan, becomes the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, becomes like the biggest wrestler in the world, and he still is a top guy to this day in AEW. Again, that's one of the things about pro wrestling I always love, is that people can just change their gimmick and turn into something totally different, and their career could just take off. Anyway, the match has started. Bubba Ray is in the ring with Mosh. Chop to Bubba Ray in the corner. I think it's funny that the Dudleys are teaming with the Acolytes, considering those guys were just in a feud with each other. That was the Dudley Boyz' very first feud when they came to the WWF. Mosh just tagged in Thrasher. You can't even tell that it's Thrasher because he's wearing a long sleeve shirt, red pants, a big afro, sunglasses. I mean, you can't even see his face. Arm drag by Thrasher on Devon. Devon, clothesline to Thrasher. Uh-oh, Bradshaw just did a blind tag to Devon, and now Bradshaw is in there clobbering Thrasher. Oh, Thrasher just back body drop on Bradshaw. Drop kick to Bradshaw. Clothesline straight from hell to Thrasher. 1, 2, 3. Thrasher has been eliminated. Oh, crossbody to Bradshaw by Mosh. Big boot to Mosh by Bradshaw. Oh, Faarooq and Bradshaw double teaming. Bradshaw gave the middle finger to Godfather. Anyway, Faarooq is trying to pin Mosh over here. 1, 2, and Mosh kicks out. Devon is in the ring with Mosh. Oh, he went for a splash in the corner. Mosh moved. Mosh, Thrasher, and D'Lo all kind of disappeared at some point. They just weren't being used for whatever reason. And eventually they all were released. D'Lo and Mosh were actually in a tag team managed by Tiger Ali Singh at one point. Oh, 3D on Mosh by Bubba Ray and Devon. Bubba Ray goes for the cover. Gets the 3 count on Mosh. Mosh is eliminated. Headbangers are gone. Boy, that really makes them look like jobbers. D'Lo Brown and Bubba Ray in the ring now. Oh, Bradshaw. Oh my goodness. Bradshaw just took a steel chair, whacked D'Lo in the back with it, and then hit Bubba Ray in the head with the steel chair. And he has been eliminated because of his behavior. Oh, that chair shot to the head. I mean, that was brutal. Now Devon and Faarooq are arguing over who's going to pin D'Lo Brown. Now Devon going for the cover. And now Faarooq just dropped a leg drop on Devon's head. Now Devon and Faarooq are fighting, and they're on the same team. Okay. That leaves Bubba Ray alone in there with D'Lo and Godfather. Devon and Faarooq are fighting up the entryway. See, this is hilarious stuff. I mean, this is how you open a show. This is ridiculous. Bubba goes for the cover on D'Lo, but D'Lo kicks out. Bubba Ray just sidewalk slam on D'Lo. D'Lo kicks out of that too. Crowd's cheering. And the women, Godfather's women, are giving D'Lo a round of applause. Oh, sky high by D'Lo on Bubba Ray. 1, 2, D'Lo gets the shoulder up. Bubba Ray gets the shoulder up. Uh-oh. Whoa, Bubba Ray just hit a power bomb to D'Lo standing on the second rope. Whoa. Godfather is on the ring apron calling for D'Lo. Bubba went for the cover, but D'Lo kicked out. Double clothesline by D'Lo and Bubba. Now both are flat on their back in the middle of the ring. Godfather is calling for the hoe train on Bubba Ray. Hits it. Tags in D'Lo Brown, who's probably going to go for the frog splash here. Big frog splash on Bubba Ray. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Bubba Ray has been eliminated. Godfather and D'Lo are the survivors for their team. And here come the women into the ring. That was a fun opener, you know. Good way to start a show. D'Lo is dancing with the women. So Godfather and D'Lo pick up the win. Jim Ross mentioning that Kurt Angle will be making his debut on this show. Oh, they're showing a video package, a little vignette hyping up Kurt Angle. They're presenting Kurt Angle as the ultimate nice guy. That's funny. It's like Kurt Angle was listing all of his accomplishments that he's had throughout his life in amateur wrestling, and obviously all of that led to an Olympic gold medal. You know, he was a great athlete when he was a kid, in like high school and college and everything, and then obviously Olympic gold medalist. And now he said he's gonna take his talents to the WWF to further show what he's capable of doing. And so his first opponent will be Meat, also known as Shawn Stasiak. You know what's funny is they're trying to hype up Meat as an opponent for Kurt Angle. And you know how they're hyping him up? By showing footage of his father, Stan Stasiak, and how big of a deal his father was. Oh, I guess his gimmick now is not Meat, it's Shawn Stasiak. This was not too long before Shawn Stasiak was released by the WWF, and then eventually he went to WCW and became Planet Stasiak. Here comes Kurt Angle, very first match on WWF television right here. He was a great character right from the beginning. I remember seeing the vignettes leading up to his debut, and it's like, oh wow, an Olympic gold medalist wrestler coming here. That's interesting. That's a very unique character. You know, like there's nobody else like him in the company. And then he's got a great look. He's in a phenomenal physical condition. Obviously, he's an Olympic athlete. So I'm sure the WWF had high hopes for him. Oh, Fireman Carry by Kurt Angle. And he really does look like, you know, like this like cookie cutter good guy kind of. He's got white boots on, and he's wearing the red, white, and blue. In theory, everyone should be cheering for him. I think the crowd is chanting boring. Because remember, this is the Attitude Era. So if you're a white meat babyface, like Kurt Angle is sort of being portrayed here, then people are going to turn on you. So I think Kurt Angle is supposed to be a heel here. Like I mean, they knew Kurt was going to get booed, because the type of fan that the WWF had at this time, they're not going to be cool with some guy like this who's good at everything and perfect in every way and Olympic gold medalist. Now, this show is taking place at the Joe Louis Arena, and the crowd was just chanting, "Let's go Red Wings," because they're bored by this match. They don't care about it. Which, you know, Kurt Angle and Stasiak, they're working at a fast pace. Belly-to-belly suplex by Kurt Angle. Everything Kurt Angle is doing in the ring right now is so sharp, so smooth. I don't take it for granted. You can see his athleticism. Like, he real, like, right on the money in terms of everything he's doing right here. They're having a very simple match, obviously. It's his first match. Oh, clothesline by Stasiak. Kurt Angle is like, even though like the Olympic gold medalist character, that is who he is. But it's just a great idea for a character in pro wrestling. Like you have this guy who's a legitimate Olympic gold medalist wrestler. That's a great idea for a character. And then, so not only could he bring it in the ring athletically, but then he turned out to be one of the most entertaining on-screen characters in the company's history. He could do it all. And that's not surprising. I mean, Kurt Angle, he was just describing that in that vignette, is like his whole life is about being the best he can be at everything he does. And that's the way everyone should approach their life. Same thing. Try to be the best at everything you do. Stasiak hits him with a reverse elbow, goes for the cover. Angle kicks out. Stasiak has a chin lock on Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle just got on the mic and said, you do not boo an Olympic gold medalist. He's the best in the world. Basically solidifying that he is a heel. Now they're really going to boo him. Because right up until this point, you didn't really know whether he was a heel or not. Like, if you were to just watch the vignette they showed, and then you see him come out, he's not doing anything heelish. That was the first heelish thing he did. A drop kick by Kurt Angle. Another chin lock by Stasiak on Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle went on to main event WrestleMania. And Stasiak, he didn't have quite the same career arc. But I think he works as like a chiropractor now or something. Stasiak just hit a shoulder block on Kurt Angle. Oh, inside cradle by Kurt Angle. They're having a nice little match here. And they're keeping the action fast-paced for the most part. Power slam by Kurt Angle. 1, 2. Obviously, this is just a showcase for Kurt Angle to let everybody know that, hey, this guy can bring it in the ring. And he's a heck of an athlete. Oh. Stasiak is making his WWF pay-per-view debut. That's what Jim Ross just said. Stasiak dropped Kurt Angle face first, but then he went for a crossbody. Kurt Angle moved out of the way. This could be the ending right here. Absolutely. Angle slam. Hits it. 1, 2, 3. And nice little debut for Kurt Angle. And it shows you, all you need to do is watch this match, and you'll be like, wow, yeah, Kurt Angle has a good future ahead of him. Another time I watched somebody's debut, there's probably a couple times where that's happened, where I've seen their debut match in the WWE, and then I'm like, this person's going to be awesome. Kofi Kingston is one of those people, and obviously he went on to become WWE champion and win a whole slew of other titles. He's still there to this day. CM Punk is another one who I watched his debut against Just Incredible, and I knew he was like, okay, he's going to be a big deal. I mean, I knew he was going to be a big deal beforehand, but you never really know until you see them on WWF television how the crowd responds to them. Luckily, they debuted CM Punk in the Hammerstein Ballroom, and people brought CM Punk signs and stuff. Like, he was already such a popular independent star. But Kurt Angle is definitely one of those guys that you can just watch their debut match and know, okay, this guy gets it. He knows what's going on. And he's going to have a great future in professional wrestling. Oh. On Sunday Night Heat earlier in the night, they're showing a clip from that. Triple H called Rock and Austin to the ring, and then he did that only for DX to ambush Rock and Austin. That was the point of calling them out to the ring. The Rock fought back against Road Dogg and X-Pac by himself, and Austin took care of Triple H, so that was that. Here comes Val Venis. Here comes Mark Henry. Gangrel is coming out of the pit of fire. Gangrel has one of the coolest entrances in wrestling history. Comes out with the great music, comes out of a fire pit. You got flashing red lights, and then he spits blood into the air. It's like, here comes Steve Blackman. The Lethal Weapon, Steve Blackman. Okay, so those four are teaming together against Bulldog and the Mean Street Posse. And even though these guys are like undercard wrestlers, I'm much more excited to see this match than anything that WWE puts on these days. But here comes the Mean Street Posse. British Bulldog was European champion at this time. And again, I think they were just trying to salvage whatever they could with the British Bulldog character, because British Bulldog was brought back to the WWF, immediately slotted into a main event spot, and then it just didn't work out because nobody's responding to him. And then he just falls down the card. And so they had to give him something, gave him the European title to make him seem credible. Even though British Bulldog is one of the most well-known wrestlers at this time. It's just, people weren't gravitating towards him like they used to when he was in the Hart Foundation or when he was part of a tag team with the Dynamite Kid as the British Bulldogs. So this is a Survivor Series style elimination match. Val, Gangrel, Mark Henry, and Lethal Weapon Steve Blackman facing off against British Bulldog and the Mean Street Posse, which is Pete Gas, Rodney, and Joey Abs. Match is about to start. Bulldog and Val Venis starting the match. This is also the final stages of the Val Venis adult film star character, because eventually, like, a whole bunch of people complained about the Val Venis character and the Godfather character being too provocative, and then they had to take away their gimmicks, and it just destroyed their characters. They became part of a group called the Right to Censor, and it was just terrible. Like, the Godfather became the Good Father, and I don't know. It was basically the end of their popularity. Pete Gas is in the ring with Val now. I just can't believe the Mean Street Posse, their gimmick is that they're childhood friends of Shane McMahon, and they come from Greenwich, Connecticut. They're spoiled rich kids, and they wrestle in sweater vests. Oh, British Bulldog back in the ring, and standing vertical suplex on Val, hits it, and now tags in Pete Gas. And Pete Gas is stomping Val. And they're wearing like Dockers pants too. That's their ring gear. I mean, they weren't outstanding wrestlers in their own right, but they were great as a little stable for Shane McMahon. because they would help him out in his feuds, like with X-Pac and Test, and so they were entertaining during 1999. Back suplex by Pete Gas on Val, goes for the cover, and Val gets the shoulder up. Remember, this is an elimination match, so match continues until every member of a team gets eliminated. Bulldog by Val on Pete Gas. And Val tags in the Lethal Weapon Steve Blackman. Oh, Steve Blackman drop kick to Pete Gas. It's so funny to watch this because Steve Blackman is a legitimate martial artist, and he's going one-on-one with Pete Gas, who looks like the complete opposite of whatever an athlete looks like. And Blackman just eliminated Pete Gas. All right, so now it's 4-on-3. Rodney and Joey Abs and British Bulldog remain on the other team. Blackman just knocked down Rodney. Blackman tags in Gangrel. My favorite part of this is that there's really no purpose to this match. They're just having a Survivor Series style match for no apparent reason. There's no like real feud between these guys or anything. And that's the same thing with the first match. Oh, Rodney just tried a crucifix pin on Gangrel, didn't work. See, there's really no point to this match. Like, the winner doesn't get rewarded with anything, and there's really nothing to further a storyline. But I still enjoy the match because the characters are entertaining. That's why you care about the match. You know, these days they'll throw together some match where there's no stakes or anything, and I don't care because so many of the characters are interchangeable on the show these days, especially the lower card people. Gangrel just hit a DDT on Rodney, eliminated him. So now there's only two people left on Bulldog's team, Bulldog and Joey Abs. And the funny thing about Joey Abs is he wasn't actually a real life friend of Shane McMahon. He was like a legit pro wrestler who they added to the group so that he could actually do some real wrestling. But Pete Gas and Rodney were legitimate friends of Shane McMahon from when they were kids. Gangrel just tagged in Mark Henry to face off against Joey Abs. Oh, Joey Abs just lifted up Mark Henry, which is ridiculous. Mark Henry is like 400 something pounds and world's strongest man. That's like a flaw with Mark Henry's matches at this time. Like, he would sell too much for his opponents and it wouldn't be believable. This guy's an enormous guy, a legitimate Olympic athlete. He shouldn't be getting tossed around by Joey Abs. By the way, the crowd is pretty much dead for this match. But yeah, they're not like going crazy or anything. But they are reacting to the moves. Like Mark Henry just landed a big move on Joey Abs and big splash on Joey Abs. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Now it is 4-on-1. British Bulldog is the only member left of his team. Let me guess what's going to happen. It's like absolutely British Bulldog is not beating these four guys. Whoa, big slam by Mark Henry on British Bulldog. Now Gangrel is on the top turnbuckle. Oh, British Bulldog knocks him down. Gangrel lands crotch first on the top turnbuckle. Bulldog, it looks like he's going for a superplex off the top rope. And hits it. And he's probably going to eliminate Gangrel. 1, 2, 3. Yes. All right, he eliminated one guy. He's got 3 to go. Well, that would be amazing if Bulldog pulls it off. I mean, he is the European champion after all. But I highly doubt they're going to have him beat all three of these guys. Maybe they should have. You know, maybe they should have had Bulldog beat these guys. That would have done something for his career. It would have made him a more legitimate threat in the mid-card of the WWE instead of just being a non-entity at this time. Oh, Bulldog. Oh, wait, no. Blackman went to pinning combination on Bulldog. Bulldog kicked out. Suplex. Fisherman suplex by Bulldog on Blackman, and he gets the pin. He just eliminated two people. Now it's Val and Mark Henry versus Bulldog. Yeah, see, even though this match isn't for any stakes or anything, it's still entertaining. I mean, just to see if Bulldog can pull it off here. Sunset flip by Bulldog. 1, 2, and Mark Henry breaks up the pin. Now Val and Mark Henry are double teaming British Bulldog. Oh no, it backfired. Bulldog just hit double clotheslines on both guys. Oh, he's taking on both of these guys by himself. He's alternating between punching Val and Mark Henry. Inside cradle by Val. 1, 2. Bulldog kicks out. It's funny because this is a weird situation because Bulldog is a heel. So it's like the crowd is not going to get behind him and root him on to beat Val and Mark Henry. So like they're not really reacting. I'm pretty sure they want British Bulldog to be destroyed here. But Mark Henry, big splash to Bulldog in the corner. And big slam by Mark Henry. And a big splash on the Bulldog. Now Val on the top turnbuckle going for his finishing move, the money shot, and hits it. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Val Venis and Mark Henry are the last surviving members of their team. They win. British Bulldogs team lost. And Mark Henry, and this is like the last hurrah for Mark Henry and Val Venis before Val turned into like a totally different character when he joined the Right to Censor. And Mark Henry, by the time 2000 rolls around, he's pretty much nowhere to be seen. I think they send him down to developmental or something. But hey, they got the win here. See, my favorite thing about pay-per-views at this time is that the show moves on very quickly. It's very fast-paced. We're only not even 45 minutes into the show. We've already seen 3 matches, 2 Survivor Series style elimination matches, Kurt Angle's debut, and if you watch a traditional premium live event from WWE today, you're lucky if you see 2 matches before the 1 hour mark. Like that's what happened yesterday at Crown Jewel. But and that's because they fill so much time with video packages, commercials, and just nothing. And it's like, at least back then, they just keep the show moving. Michael Cole was interviewing some of the WWF divas backstage just now, Ivory, Jacqueline, and they were flirting with him. And this is a sudden death tag team match, I believe, for the women. Mae Young is out here first. Now, you have to keep in mind, Mae Young at this time, extremely old, but very entertaining, and I will always give Mae Young credit for taking the bumps that she did at the age she was at. And she pretty much was involved in wrestling right up until she passed away. So, obviously, she really loved pro wrestling. Here comes Fabulous Moolah. Now, Fabulous Moolah at the previous pay-per-view before this, No Mercy 1999, she won the WWF Women's Championship from Ivory in a terrible match. But I don't know why they had somebody her age win the title, but at this point, Survivor Series, she doesn't have the title anymore, so somebody else has it. Here comes Tori, who is going to be partners with Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young. Oh, whoa, you should hear the ovation for Debra. My goodness, she might have gotten the biggest reaction of the night so far. Debra was super popular back in 1999. Debra used to be married to Steve McMichael, who was a former football player who turned into a pro wrestler in WCW. But Debra is best known for being married to Stone Cold Steve Austin and also being the manager of Jeff Jarrett. But she became a star in her own right in 1999. Super popular at this point in the year. So we got Debra, we got Tori. Really, Debra, Tori, Fabulous Moolah, Mae Young. So the only person who can really wrestle at this point is Tori. I mean, there was a time when Moolah and Mae Young could wrestle, but, you know, they're so old at this point. It's just, they can't really do much. And Debra was always limited. She's not really a wrestler. She's more of like a fitness model. That's really what she is. And Tori herself, you know, she's a legit athlete. I mean, she could do some stuff. Now here comes their opponents. First, Jacqueline. I know Ivory is another member of this team. I think Luna. Is it Luna Vachon? Yep, here comes Luna Vachon. That's another member. Luna has since passed away, unfortunately. I mean, this show was from 25 years ago, November 99. Here comes Terri Runnels, another person who's really more of a model than she is a pro wrestler. But I mean, that was the thing back in 1999, the Attitude Era. You know, the women who were not necessarily pro wrestlers, but really just pretty girls, that's who got highlighted for the most part. People like Terri Runnels, Debra. In WCW, you had Stacy Keibler, Tori Wilson. But then there were people who combined both of those aspects together, being incredibly physically attractive, but also being legit wrestlers in the ring. And Lita is probably the one who combined both best. She became women's champion. Here comes Ivory, who is the women's champion at this point. And Fabulous Moolah bum rushed her before she even made it to the ring. And Mae Young is like strangling her. Yeah, I mean, that's the best idea to have for this match, is to just have it be real quick, really impactful, so the crowd doesn't get bored. See, they made this a sudden death match. They didn't make this an elimination match like the men's matches. This is a 4-on-4, one pinfall, and then it's over. And that's the way it should be, because nobody wants to watch a long match with these 8 participants. Right, I mean, see, the crowd is chanting, "We want puppies." This was the time period where bra and panties matches were very popular. Also, people wrestling in mud and wrestling in pools, and like double suplex by Jacqueline and Luna on Tori. I gotta believe the heels are gonna win, because that would be embarrassing if the baby faces won, but because they really only have one wrestler on their team, which is Tori, and she's getting beat up right now. Whoa, this match is like in slow motion. Jeez. Ivory and Luna just got double clothesline by Tori. Tori tags in Moolah. Jacqueline is in the ring, beating up Tori. But Moolah and Ivory are the legal women. I would have loved to have been there when they explained to Ivory, yeah, you're going to lose your women's championship to Fabulous Moolah in like 5 minutes. That's what happened at No Mercy. And it was such... Wait a second. Moolah just pinned Ivory. Match is over. And now it's just basically a wild cat fight between all these women. And that's the way it should be. I mean, most of the women didn't even get into the match. Debra didn't. Terri Runnels didn't. Mae Young didn't. They didn't even tag in. And that's a good idea. But hey, that's a heck of a way to make a paycheck for these women. They literally, all they had to do was just walk out and stand there, and that's it. It's over. And during the Attitude Era, people got paid well because they were doing big business. I don't know if these, I should put an asterisk next to that because the women probably didn't get paid that well back then, except maybe Sable or Chyna. They probably got paid well, but everybody else probably got nothing. I know Stevie Richards, who was at the very bottom of the card back in 1999. He said his contract was $75,000 a year. But you have to remember, 75 grand a year doesn't go very far when you're self-employed, because he had to pay for like rental cars, he had to pay for hotels, he had to pay for so many things on his own. They would pay for his flights, but he would have to pay for so many other things, gas money, things like that. And so at the end of the day, he's like making less than what most people in a regular job would make. So Lillian Garcia is interviewing X-Pac backstage. Here comes X-Pac. He just called Kane impotent and that he could beat Kane up, and he's much smaller than Kane. Let's see how that goes here. Now, X-Pac and Kane throughout the year had this like on and off friendship, and they became tag team champions, but at this point, that's all over. X-Pac is a full-fledged member of DX, and they are Triple H's boys, and so he is one of the top heels in the company now. Kane was a babyface. Michael Cole was interviewing Tori and Kane on Sunday Night Heat. Tori was Kane's girlfriend at this time. Here comes Kane. I mean, this match technically has been building for months and months and months. So this is like the big payoff, I guess. Can X-Pac back up his words, saying that he belongs in the ring with people as big as Kane, and he can handle himself and compete with them? Let's see. X-Pac won a match at the previous pay-per-view, No Mercy 1999. That was back when he was a babyface. He won a match. It was a 4 corners match between Kane, X-Pac, Bradshaw, and Faarooq, every man for himself. And it was an elimination match. And X-Pac won. So, I mean, he proved it on that night, but now he's got to go one-on-one with Kane. He's got no help. Well, no help yet. Remember, he's a member of D-Generation X, so his buddies might be backstage waiting to help him. But Kane came out alone. He didn't come out with Tori. Obviously, Tori just had a match. Oh, and X-Pac just attacked Kane from behind to start the match. They're in the ring. Bell rings. X-Pac landing chops. Basically, it's having no effect on Kane. Oh, Kane might destroy X-Pac here. Oh, Kane just grabbed X-Pac by the throat, threw him into the corner. Landing punches. Oh, big uppercut by Kane. Okay, X-Pac with 3 successive kicks. And Kane clotheslines him to the mat. Kane grabs him by the throat, puts him up in the air, holding him there, and then throws him down. Ooh. Kane went to the top turnbuckle. X-Pac drop kicked him, and Kane landed crotch first on the top turnbuckle and rolled over onto the floor outside. X-Pac might be going for, oh, drops an elbow on Kane on the outside. Throws Kane into the steel steps. X-Pac and Kane were fighting on the outside. They're back in the ring now. You know, all of X-Pac's offense on Kane is having almost no effect. And that's the way it should be. I mean, this Kane outweighs him by about 100 pounds, and he's about a foot taller. Oh, finally, X-Pac knocked him down with a spinning heel kick. Kane gets right back up, though. Kane reminds me of the character in Halloween, Michael Myers. I'm sure it was inspired by that. Just this unstoppable machine. Oh, Kane has X-Pac by the throat. X-Pac was going for the Bronco Buster. Kane, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker on X-Pac. Kane is super popular at this time. I would say throughout 99, 2000, and then early 2001 was when Kane was at his peak popularity. If you go watch Royal Rumble 2001 and his performance in that match, I mean, that was when he was at his highest point. Obviously, he became world champion multiple times, but like, he was a super, super, super popular person in the Attitude Era. Oh, here we go. Road Dogg, who is part of D-Generation X and is a heel, he just came out and pulled Kane out of the ring as Kane was on his way to winning this match. X-Pac, X Factor on Kane, goes for the cover. 1, 2, and Kane, not only does he kick out, he just like pressed X-Pac off like he was nothing. Yeah, so this match is establishing that, no, X-Pac cannot hang in the ring with Kane. Kane is very, very much superior to X-Pac. Kane going for the Tombstone Piledriver. What in the world? Triple H with the WWF title. Remember, he has a main event match later tonight. He's got to defend that title. Triple H just came out here and bashed Kane with the WWF title belt to help X-Pac here, so that X-Pac wouldn't lose. Well, actually, technically, X-Pac does lose by disqualification. But yeah, DX has a real issue with Kane. Let's see if Tori, who just had a match, is running to the ring, and oh wow, Tori just tried to stop X-Pac from doing a Bronco Buster on Kane, and he kicked her in the head, but it's almost like he did it by accident. He didn't realize there was a woman who grabbed him from behind. He thought it was another guy. Eee. But yeah, Tori is down and out in the middle of the ring, and Kane is checking on her. Now medical personnel is in the ring to check on Tori. See, and now we're about an hour into the show. We've already seen 4 matches. Again, yesterday at WWE's premium live event, Crown Jewel, at this point, there had only been, I think, like 2 matches. And they weren't particularly great either. So it's like, I mean, I can understand having long matches and stuff like that if they're excellent and stuff. But, you know, when you're just putting on these matches that are just like average, and then you fill all this time with commercials and video packages hyping up stuff and, you know, advertising the next show and WrestleMania, and it's just like, what am I watching? But that's why I watch these events, because they were so much more entertaining. And now they're moving on to a backstage segment. Michael Cole is backstage with The Rock, who is part of the main event triple threat match for the WWF title. Yeah. Oh, wow. Michael Cole was interviewing The Rock, and then Triple H just walks into the interview, and The Rock's like, "What do you want, jabroni?" And then Triple H like pushes him, and then they get into a fight. What is that about? Yeah, the referees and backstage personnel are trying to break up the fight between The Rock and Triple H. Triple H is behaving in a very unusual way during this show. I mean, he's got a WWF title match on the way, and meanwhile, he's interfering in Xbox match. Now he's just starting trouble with The Rock for no particular reason. Okay, so we got another Survivor Series elimination tag team match on the way. Prince Albert is coming out. This was at a time when he was kind of in a tag team with the Big Boss Man. And Prince Albert, by the way, is still involved in the WWE in some type of backstage capacity. He's always been involved with NXT and stuff like that. It's amazing to me because, again, if you had asked me at this time in 1999, like, you think Prince Albert's going to go on to have one of the longest careers in pro wrestling compared to other people who were much bigger stars? I would have never guessed. But, you know, Prince Albert went on to wrestle in Japan as Giant Bernard. Very successful there, and then he comes back to WWE to be a trainer, and he's still doing that in that, you know, to this day. He's the head trainer at the Performance Center for new wrestlers in the WWE. It's amazing. I mean, you should never judge anybody, because you never know who they're going to become and how their life is going to play out. It's incredible. Big Boss Man was all embroiled in a feud with the Big Show at this time, which I believe Big Show is part of this match. Now, Big Boss Man was insulting Big Show and making fun of the fact that the Big Show's father had passed away in the storyline. There was even a segment where Big Boss Man showed up to Big Show's father's funeral. They're showing it right now, actually. That's interesting. Oh, wow. And he showed up to Big Show's father's funeral to cause chaos, chained the casket to the back of his car, and started driving away with the casket with Big Show's father inside. You would never see this kind of stuff in today's WWF. This kind of like shocking, disturbing stuff. That's why I loved the WWF at this time. It was just like, I can't even believe what's going on in front of my eyes. This was not too long before Mae Young gave birth to a hand, and Mark Henry was the father. I mean, just think about that for a second. Here comes Big Boss Man with the hardcore title. Big Boss Man had some very entertaining hardcore matches during 1999. He's a very underrated character in the Attitude Era, but I always enjoyed his stuff. In fact, he had a match against Shawn Stasiak, who also performed on the show, obviously against Kurt Angle earlier. But back when Shawn Stasiak was a character named Meat, and Big Boss Man faced Meat in a match that is so hilarious. I made a video about it on my channel it was one of the greatest angles in wrestling that I've ever seen, and nobody even knows about it. It happened on Sunday Night Heat once. Basically, Shawn Stasiak was being managed by Terri Runnels. Terri Runnels slipped some type of drug or pill into Meat's drink. It was something like Viagra or Cialis or something. And that produced an effect on Meat that affected him during his match. And Big Boss Man didn't even want to wrestle him because of the effect that pill had on his body. And that's the kind of stuff you gotta love. Okay, so Big Show. Okay, wow. This is Big Show against four guys. Big Show versus Paul. Oh my God. Big Show versus Prince Albert, Mideon, Big Boss Man, Viscera. 4-on-1 elimination. Big Show just chokeslammed Mideon and just eliminated him. Now Big Show has Prince Albert by the throat and chokeslammed to Prince Albert. Big Show goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Prince Albert's eliminated. Now it's 2-on-1. Viscera and Boss Man against Big Show. Now Big Show just picked up Viscera and slammed him. Now remember, Viscera is about 450 pounds, and Big Show did it like it was nothing. The crowd is going nuts right now. Big Show got Viscera by the throat and chokeslammed to Viscera too. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. He just eliminated 3 guys in about 2 minutes. And now it's down to Big Show and Boss Man. And these are the guys who are in a feud with each other. Boss Man is he's running away. He's kind of like running away. He's hesitant to get inside the ring, 1-on-1 with the Big Show. And remember, this wasn't even a main event feud, but look at the crowd going nuts for them. Boss Man ran away, got counted out. So Big Show wins the match. Boss Man is eliminated by count out. So he just beat 4 people in about 3 minutes, maybe. See, WWE should take a page out of the Attitude Era playbook, and you know, they should just have some short, fun matches occasionally. Not everything has to be this monumental, cinematic masterpiece of a match. See, that's the thing. It's like I think they bought into their own hype. That's what WWE has done these days. Like, they think everything they touch is turns to gold. But really, only some of the stuff that goes on in the show is really remarkable. I mean, what they're doing with the Bloodline and Sami Zayn and Jey Uso and Roman Reigns right now, yeah, that's okay. Is there anything else going on in the company that's super interesting? Not really. So, oh, here we go. Now, Triple H, who started an issue with The Rock for no reason. Now he's starting a fight with Austin backstage for no reason. Austin is chasing Triple H. They're trying to follow where these guys are going. Now they're showing Road Dogg and X-Pac. And now Austin is in the parking lot area looking for Triple H. And there's a car that just turned their lights on, broke through a fence, and ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin. And this is a huge plot twist that nobody saw coming. Remember, the advertised main event for this show is Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock versus the WWF champion Triple H. And it's for the title. And Austin just got ran over by a car in the parking lot. And the commentators are shocked, and probably the crowd is shocked, because a lot of them probably paid a ticket to see Stone Cold. So, you know, this is the beginning of a year-long storyline, and the mystery was who ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin. And the conclusion of that storyline, I don't want to spoil it, or maybe I should. I mean, it was 24 years ago. So, like, it's not like anybody doesn't know who ran over Stone Cold. Apparently, it was Rikishi, who wasn't even on TV at this time. But apparently Rikishi did it because he took out Stone Cold so that The Rock could become the biggest star in the wrestling business. And apparently Rikishi was convinced to do this by, you guessed it, Triple H. So Triple H's feud with Steve Austin picks up at the end of 2000 and early 2001. But yeah, Austin had to take time off, I guess, for injuries. And so he didn't wrestle another match until I think it was the following October. Which was kind of a big deal, because remember, WWF was at their peak at this time. 1999-2000, they were on fire. And Austin was out of action for most of the year 2000. And then in early 2001, Austin turned heel, and it wasn't such a good idea. And Austin regrets it to this day, turning heel at WrestleMania 17. Because he was just so popular at the time. Oh, here we go. Vince McMahon is accusing Triple H and DX of organizing a hit and run on Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Triple H is saying he had nothing to do with it. Obviously, at this point, it's 2024. We knew Triple H was behind the whole thing. No, but this is an excellent angle. I mean, this is the kind of unpredictable stuff that you do not see in WWF today. Just a complete curveball. Like, Cody Rhodes is the WWE champion right now in the WWE. Imagine if they did like an angle like this with him. It would get so much heat on whoever did it to him, because Cody Rhodes is the golden boy right now. But imagine you have somebody like, let's see, who's a heel, like, that would be so unexpected. Like, you can make a gigantic star if somebody just took out Cody Rhodes. Like that, whoever would do that would go to a whole new level. But of course, they're not going to do that. Everything in WWE is fairly predictable these days. But again, that's why the Attitude Era was awesome. They threw curveballs at you on nearly every show. I mean, that's what kept you on the edge of your seat. Like, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next week? They always had these great cliffhangers on every episode of Raw and SmackDown. You know, they made you want to tune in. And that's why they had 8 million viewers on a Monday night, 9 million, 10 million. That never happens anymore. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But hey, if WWE was putting on the type of entertaining quality programming that they did at this time, I guarantee you they would be one of the hottest shows on TV. I mean, they're still doing extremely well these days, but nothing compared to what they were then. They were a entertainment juggernaut at this time. By the way, they're still in the back strapping Steve Austin to a stretcher. Jim Ross is checking on him. Jim Ross left the commentary table to go check on him. Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, Test, they're all checking on Steve Austin. Yeah, they made this look as real as possible. I mean, literally, I think they filmed this segment earlier in the day because they needed to make sure it looked good, like the hit and run part. And believe me, that is one of the most replayed moments in WWF history. The car turning on their lights and then ramming through a fence and then running over Stone Cold, who takes like the perfect bump. Yeah, and Stephanie McMahon is also checking on Steve Austin here. Yeah, they made this look real. I mean, the crowd watching this, obviously they know it's not real, but they just made it look so serious. And now everybody in the arena is like, what's going to happen to the main event? Because it's supposed to be a triple threat. Triple H, Rock, Austin. So now what? And that's another good thing they did at this time. They would throw in curveballs in the middle of a pay-per-view that put the main event in doubt, or something would happen that would affect the main event, or like you don't know what's going to happen. Even over the course of a single show, you don't know what's going to happen. That's how they retained your attention, and you don't like tune out and get bored or anything. I'm telling you, these shows were so packed with entertaining stuff. And that's why it's worth watching 25 years later, as I'm doing right now. Jerry Lawler is sitting at the commentary table by himself, just looking speechless. Here comes Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, who was absent from the previous pay-per-view. And Chris Jericho has spoken about it in the past. He really felt like his WWF career was kind of on a downward spiral. He debuted in the summer of '99 to big fanfare in the middle of a promo with The Rock. And everybody thought, oh, this is the next big heel in the WWF. Wow, this guy's a big deal coming from WCW. He jumped ship. He turned his back on WCW and Eric Bischoff and joined the WWF for good reason. And because they never let Jericho become the huge star that he should have been in WCW. I mean, 1998, Chris Jericho was on fire in WCW, and then they just never let him climb to where he should have been. So Jericho was like, all right, I'm out. And then he went to WWF, where he had much, much better results. But at first, it wasn't going well. Like, he started off strong, but then with his debut, but then he had this match with The Rock on Monday Night Raw that really didn't go well. It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't good. And then Vince McMahon was not thrilled with Jericho's in-ring work. He was an interesting character. He was good on promos, but his in-ring work was not up to speed, according to Vince. And so he wasn't used very well in the following months. He had a feud with Ken Shamrock, a feud with Road Dogg, a feud with X-Pac. And I think it was when he had his feud with Chyna, which they're having a match right here. Chyna was the Intercontinental Champion at this time. It was this feud with Chyna that really cemented Jericho as a star. And Jericho said that Chyna was very difficult to work with. And they even tried to like bury Jericho because I think Jericho was working too stiff with her or something. Well, according to Chyna, and like Chyna used to complain about Jericho. But he made it work, and it definitely boosted his career. So this is Jericho, Chyna for the Intercontinental title. Chyna's coming out here with her manager, Miss Kitty. It's almost like she's a mini-me because she's dressed exactly like Chyna, wearing an outfit that leaves very little to the imagination. And again, that's part of the reason why WWF was super popular at this time. You know, they had a lot of women on the show wearing provocative things. That's part of the reason people watched. And WWE understands that even to this day, because if you go watch NXT, go watch the women's matches. Not only should you watch what they're wearing, look at what the cameramen focus on in all those matches. Look at all the camera angles and camera shots. I'm not even going to describe it. Just go watch an episode of NXT and watch a women's match, like this coming week or next week. Just watch, and you'll see what I'm talking about. They know that's why people are watching the show, to see pretty women wearing next to nothing. That's what makes that brand so. That's one of the major reasons why that brand is so popular, because they purposely hire beautiful women to be on that show and wear next to nothing. That's, I mean, and if you don't believe me, just go watch. The match has started. Chyna just threw Jericho into the steel steps, and oh wow, she went to fly over the steel steps and clothesline him, but Jericho pushed her out of the way. Oh, look at this. Jericho has electrical cable. He's choking Chyna. The referee, Earl Hebner, is trying to stop him from choking Chyna. And Jericho actually got real vicious on screen in this feud with Chyna. He ends up like taking a hammer and like breaking her thumb or her hand or something at some point. I don't think that's happened yet in this feud, because this is the beginning of the feud, and this feud goes on for a few months. Ooh, Jericho just pushed her head first into the top turnbuckle. Jericho's just beating the heck out of her. See, it's always interesting to see how male wrestlers wrestle with Chyna, because you have to make her look like a legit threat, but you can't sell too much, because it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Because as big as Chyna is, she's still a woman, and Jericho's a big, is a big, strong guy. So it's like, he can't sell too much for her. Otherwise, he looks like a joke. Chyna just dropped him on the top rope. Oh, wow. Irish whipped him into the corner. He's in the tree of woe, and Chyna just drop kicked him in the chest. Chyna Irish whips Jericho. Jericho is behind her now. Oh, Chyna elbows out. Oh, what the? Jericho kicked her between the legs for a low blow, but it didn't have any effect. Now she just did a Hurricane Rana on Jericho, and his has mounted him and is punching him in the face. Chyna's on the outside. Miss Kitty is checking on her. Oh, this is going to be funny. Jericho is going to springboard. Oh, whoa. Whoa, he just leaped to the top rope, springboarded off of it onto Chyna on the outside, and made it look easy. Oh my goodness. Jericho just said, "Come on, you B word." I'm trying not to curse. But yeah, Jericho was it's funny because Jericho was a heel all through this, and it's this feud that turns him into a babyface, and then he becomes one of the most popular guys in the company during the year 2000. Like the ovations that Jericho used to get during 2000 and 2001. I mean, off the charts. I mean, it was right up there with the top guys. And Jericho is still an active wrestler to this day. And he did it the hard way. I mean, this guy climbed right from the bottom and made it all the way to the top. And now I'm sure he's making an enormous amount of money in AEW. He's probably one of the highest paid guys there. Probably the highest paid guy there. Jericho just exposed the steel on the barricade and threw Chyna into it. Jericho is pretty much dominating this match so far, which makes sense. I mean, come on. I mean, it is a man versus a woman after all. Jericho, top rope, missile drop kick on Chyna. Jeez, goes for the cover. Picture perfect missile drop kick, goes for the cover, and Chyna gets her shoulder up right before 3. Jericho goes for another pin, but Chyna gets shoulder up. Ooh, Chyna fighting back. She just got an inside cradle, and Jericho was managed to kick out. Yeah, Jericho is just dominating here. Remember, Chyna's the champion. Jericho is just humiliating her at this point. Just like, kicking her in. She's on her hands and knees, and he's just like pushing her head with his foot. Jericho, standing vertical suplex on Chyna, holds her up there and then drops her. Jericho is basically saying, I'm so much better than her. That's like what this is about. Oh, wow. Jericho goes for the most arrogant pin ever. He puts one foot on her chest and flexes. And Chyna was able to get the shoulder up. Yeah, he's just asserting his dominance over her. There are some people chanting for Jericho, and they acknowledged it on commentary. Even though Jericho was a heel all throughout 1998 in WCW, all throughout 99 in WCW and WWF, people always loved him because he was entertaining. And Jericho just was gyrating in front of Miss Kitty, taunting her. I mean, Jericho's keeping this match fun. Oh, spinning heel kick and a kip up by Jericho. I mean, he's just showing off. This whole thing is just Jericho showing off. And big clothesline to Chyna over the top rope. His arrogance might come back to bite him. Let's see. We'll find out. Chyna, oh wow. Jericho is on the outside taunting Miss Kitty, and then he just planted a kiss on her, which I believe that is assault. But oh no, Miss Kitty fighting back. She's on Jericho's back trying to choke him. And Jericho just threw her off. This is the best match on the show. Oh wow, Chyna, big spear on Chris Jericho. Yeah, this match is the most entertaining thing on the show so far. And I will give credit to Chyna. Throughout the year, many times, her matches on the pay-per-views were the most entertaining of all. And it's not necessarily because it's her, but I'm sure the people in the back had a lot of input into how these matches were getting laid out. And they planned it out in such a way to make sure Chyna maintained her credibility because she was a big star. And also, the guy in the match has to maintain their credibility as well. Because, oh wow. Whoa, Jericho, big power bomb on Chyna. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, Chyna kicks out, and the women in the crowd are very happy that Chyna kicked out. But if you go back to 1999, Chyna had a very good match with Road Dogg at King of the Ring 1999. She had a very entertaining match with Jeff Jarrett at No Mercy in October of 99. And now here she is again. Survivor Series 99 having the best match on the show thus far. Now Chyna's making a comeback here after Jericho has dominated her for almost the entire match. All of a sudden, Chyna has a second wind. Landing forearms to Jericho in the corner. Irish whips him. Jericho reverses. And Chyna, big clothesline on Jericho. Chyna, cartwheel, backflip, and Big move to Jericho in the corner. The women in the crowd are cheering. DDT by Chyna. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Jericho gets the shoulder up. They are okay. This is by far Jericho's best match in the WWF up to this point. And it's funny because it's against Chyna. It's not against... It didn't work in his matches against The Rock and Road Dogg and X-Pac, but he's having the match of the night right now. Oh, Chyna accidentally knocked down the referee. Jericho has the Intercontinental title belt. And, oh, smashes Chyna right in her face with the belt. And now Jericho goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, Chyna gets the shoulder up. I'm telling you, this is a good match. If you haven't seen it, Jericho Chyna at Survivor Series 99. None of the matches that Jericho had before this one on WWF television were as good as this one. Not even close. Chyna going for the pedigree on Jericho. No way. She hit it. She hit it. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Jericho just kicks out. It's so funny. The men in the audience go nuts because they're cheering for Jericho, and the women are cheering for Chyna. You can see it. This is great. This is what wrestling's all about. Wait a second. Chyna went for a Hurricane Rana. Jericho just reversed it into the walls of Jericho. And the crowd is going bananas. They've got him. They've got him in the palm of their hand in this match. Jericho and Chyna. Oh. She's in the walls of Jericho. She's trying to get to the ropes. And Jericho pulls her back in the middle of the ring. She's trying to get to the ropes again. Oh, wow. Chyna makes it to the ropes. I'm telling you, this is high quality entertainment they're putting on here, Jericho and Chyna. And the fans are not happy because they wanted Jericho to win. The men, at least. All right, we are in the final stages of this match, obviously, because they've had a bunch of great false finishes here. Oh, Jericho standing on the... Oh, hey! Low blow by Chyna. Jericho is standing on the top rope. And... Oh, what is this? What in the world? Chyna is trying to hit a pedigree on Jericho off the top rope. And freaking hit it. Holy cow. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Chyna retains the Intercontinental Championship in a very good match. Wow. That was a surprise. It's just like... And Jericho maintains his credibility because it took a pedigree from the top rope to beat him. But Chyna wins clean over Jericho. I bet you he wasn't too happy about that. But luckily he managed to keep his dignity, because remember, Chyna hit a low blow before she hit that pedigree off the top rope. And the reason she was able to hit the low blow is because Miss Kitty was distracting the referee. So Jericho's protected here, and obviously Chyna gets the win, so good for her. But, man. Whew. That was a really good match. Again, if you go back to throughout the year, Chyna probably had the best match at King of the Ring 99. Probably had the best match at maybe not Unforgiven, but she had a good match at Unforgiven. Probably one of the best matches of the night at No Mercy 99. Not the best match, but one of the best. And she just had the best match on this show so far. Shane is in the back, Shane McMahon, accusing Triple H and DX of running over Austin or organizing the hit. Triple H denies it. Triple H is saying, Triple H asked Shane McMahon. Triple H asked Shane McMahon, it's not going to be a triple threat, right? Because Austin's not here. And Shane McMahon's like, I can't even believe you right now. It's like, because Triple H is inhuman. Because he's like, it's just going to be one-on-one, me and The Rock now, right? Anyway, then Shane just told him to get out. I think we're getting another tag match here. Too Cool has come out. Edge and Christian are coming out. So Too Cool, who were heels at the time, that's Scotty Too Hotty and Grandmaster Sexay, Scott Taylor and Brian Christopher. They're teaming with Hardcore Holly and Crash Holly. And if I had to make a bet, it's probably Edge and Christian and the Hardys. Let's see. Yep, here comes the Hardys. And they're Hardy Boys coming out with Terri Runnels. Now, the Hardy Boys won Terri Runnels' managerial services by beating Edge and Christian in one of the greatest matches of all time, a tag team ladder match at No Mercy 1999. Definitely check out that match if you haven't seen it. There is a live reaction to that match on this channel. But, yeah, the Hardys and Edge and Christian had just become, like, they had entered a new level when they had that match. Like, now they're like stars, legit stars in the WWF. So Edge and Christian and the Hardys are definitely on a higher level than their opponents here, the Hollies and Too Cool. Those two groups are lower level tag teams, although Too Cool became super popular in late 99 and throughout 2000. Yeah, by the time, you know, actually the Rumble 2000, Too Cool was on fire by that time. Matt Hardy and Edge just double teamed Crash Holly. Matt Hardy goes for a pin on Crash. Remember, this is a Survivor Series style elimination match. Absolutely, I expect the Hardys and Edge and Christian to win. I actually don't remember who wins this match. Oh, Matt Hardy just threw Crash Holly onto the top rope crotch first and then hits him with a stiff forearm and knocks him to the outside. Matt Hardy springboards. Oh, wow. The crossbody right over the top rope to Crash on the outside. Now Grandmaster. Oh, whoa. He just leapt over the top rope and hit a power bomb to Matt Hardy on the outside. Then Christian. Wow, Christian hit a springboard and a splash to the outside. Then Scotty Too Hotty hit a cannonball off the ring apron to the outside to Christian. So the action is picking up here. Jeez. Jeff Hardy. Jeez. And he goes flipping over the top rope to the outside, takes everybody out. Edge now. Hardcore Holly and Crash just double team Christian. 1, 2, and Christian kicks out. Hardcore Holly, big clothesline on Christian. Bulldog by Grandmaster on Christian. 1, 2, and Christian gets the shoulder up. Grandmaster just went crotch first into the, I think, bottom turnbuckle there. Oh, but then now Edge and Hardcore Holly are the legal men. Big back body drop on Hardcore Holly by Edge. Oh, wow. Edge accidentally speared one of his partners, Matt Hardy. Oh, and then Jeff just accidentally hit Edge. Hardcore Holly rolling up Edge. 1, 2, 3. Wow, Edge is eliminated. Now Hardcore Holly tags in Scotty Too Hotty. Oh, wow. Flying off the top rope. DDT. 1, 2, 3. Eliminates Matt Hardy. Now it's Jeff and Christian versus the other 4 guys. Jeff Hardy goes for a roll-up. Scotty to Hotty, another pinning combination. Jeff gets another pinning combination. They all kick out, and then drop kick to Jeff Hardy's leg. Scotty to Hotty just hit his trademark worm. Now you have to remember, this is at the very beginning stages of Too Cool. This is before they joined with Rikishi and all that. This was, they had just started the gimmick of Too Cool, which was a huge improvement over their previous gimmick, which was Too Hot Scott Taylor and Too Sexy Brian Christopher. That was not anything special. But this, again, it's another example of people changing their gimmicks and then their career launches into the stratosphere. I mean, think about Cody Rhodes going from Stardust to the American Nightmare. Look at where he is now. I mean, he was literally at the bottom when he left WWE years ago, and now he's the guy. That's the best thing about pro wrestling. If something doesn't work, just keep changing until you find something that works. Grandmaster Sexay working on Jeff Hardy in the corner. Big drop kick to Jeff Hardy from the second rope. Oh, Jeff Hardy just gets the shoulder up. Remember, this is, it's down to 4-on-2. I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff and Christian pull it off, though. And, oh, Too Cool. Double team on Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's hanging in there. Christian breaks up the pin. Now the Hollies are double teaming Christian. Oh, Christian just low blowed Too Cool. Both members of Too Cool. Literally, both members. Now Jeff Hardy, whoa, 450 splash to Scotty to Hotty, eliminate Scotty. Now it's 3-on-2. Crash Holly in the ring with Jeff Hardy now. All right, Jeff and Christian are still in this. Let's go. Whoa, they're showing a replay of Jeff Hardy's 450 splash. Jeff Hardy, Christian working together. Oh, they're about to do poetry in motion on Crash Holly. That's a Hardy Boy signature move. Now Christian, Irish whips Jeff Hardy into, oh, Christian splashes, oh, okay. Christian splashed Crash Holly in the corner, but then Hardcore went to the top rope and drop kick Jeff Hardy. Big leg drop by Grandmaster Sexay, that's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they just eliminated Jeff. It is now 3-on-1 against Christian. Uh-oh. Christian, reverse DDT on Grandmaster Sexay. It just eliminated him. Hollies versus Christian. That's what this comes down to. Let's see if Christian can pull it off. Oh, wow. Crash and Christian are in the ring. I thought Christian was almost eliminated there. Crash Holly has unfortunately since passed away since this match. Only a couple of years after. Crash Holly has a Boston Crab on Christian. The referee was admonishing Crash Holly because he was not the legal man, telling him to get the hell out and sit on the ring apron. Power slam by Hardcore Holly on Christian. Goes for the cover. Oh, Christian unprettier on Crash Holly. And that's it. And now it's Christian down to Christian one-on-one with Hardcore Holly. He might pull this one off. I hope he does. That's a heck of a story if that Christian team was at such a disadvantage. Now it's one-on-one. Oh, wow. Victory roll. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, Christian tried a victory roll on Hardcore Holly. Hardcore reversed it and pinned Christian. Did they really need to have Hardcore Holly get the win in that match? I mean, is that the guy they want to push? They should have had Edge, Christian, or one of the Hardys pick up the win. I mean, those guys are the future. They knew, and by the way, at this time, they knew those guys were the future. There's no reason for Hardcore to win that. Christian should have picked up the win. Shane, Test, and Stephanie McMahon are being shown in the back. The crowd is booing the fact that Shane just said, there will be a triple threat match for the WWF title, but Stone Cold Steve Austin will not be part of it, which means somebody else is, and we don't know who that is yet. So it would be Rock, Triple H, and someone to be announced later. Here comes Road Dogg. The WWF Tag Team Champions, the New Age Outlaws out here. Let's see who their opponents are. I don't even remember. We've already seen a lot of tag teams here tonight, so I'm wondering who they will be facing. I always liked Road Dogg's theme music. Billy Gunn had great theme music too. Most of the people at this time had great theme music. And the guy who was behind most of these songs, or I think maybe all of these songs, was a guy named Jim Johnston, who is no longer part of the WWE, but at this time he was putting out banger after banger after banger in terms of theme songs. Road Dogg is doing his trademark introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. He's doing his trademark intro, which is funny because Road Dogg and Billy Gunn at this time were heels. They were always helping out Triple H, who was the WWF champion. But the crowd still loved this introduction. They play along with it. And by the way, Jerry Lawler just mentioned that in the footage that we were watching from backstage, you see, they're already starting this whole who ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin thing. So Jerry Lawler just mentioned, we saw Road Dogg, we saw X-Pac, we saw Triple H in the back, but where was Billy Gunn? And we don't know where Billy Gunn was. And Jerry Lawler suggested maybe he was the driver of that car. And Jim Ross said, well, he could have been. And so we don't know. The big question is, who ran over Steve Austin? It's funny how when they made Rikishi the driver of that car, like that's who it was, that didn't really help his career. I mean, it's just because Rikishi is so much better as a babyface than he is as a heel. He's not, like, people don't want to hate Rikishi. They want to like him. So it didn't really work so well. They probably should have had Billy Gunn be the guy. Why not? Have Billy Gunn be the guy who ran over Stone Cold. So Billy Gunn and Road Dogg will be defending their WWF Tag Team titles against Mankind and his partner Al Snow. Everybody chanting for Foley. This has been a good show so far. I mean, they've kept me entertained through the whole thing. I mean, Jericho versus Chyna was absolutely the best match on the show. Mankind is on the mic. Mankind is saying Stone Cold is one tough SOB. So Mankind is locking up with Billy Gunn here. Billy Gunn wrestling in a t-shirt, which is not usual for Billy Gunn to do. Billy Gunn has Mankind in the corner here. Again, we're about 2 hours into the show, and I've been thoroughly entertained here. We've had one really, really great match between Chyna and Jericho. The rest of the matches, I wouldn't say they were great, but everything was entertaining. They kept the matches relatively short. There wasn't like anything dragging on and on and on. And they just moved from one thing to the next to the next. They've had some very interesting backstage stuff going on. And this is how you put together a show. And I wish WWE would watch some of these shows and see why they were so popular. Triple H, oh no, Billy Gunn, I'm sorry, as a sleeper on Mankind. Jerry Lawler is getting on Jim Ross for not showing sympathy for his friend Steve Austin, and Jerry Lawler keeps teasing him. And Jerry Lawler's like, yeah, you know, if it was one of my friends, I would be showing sympathy. And Jim Ross is like, yeah, I doubt that. Oh, Road Dogg accidentally punched Billy Gunn because Mankind ducked. He just punched his own partner in the face. Road Dogg hits Al Snow with a right hand. Oh. Al Snow went for the cover on Road Dogg after a suplex. Tags in Mankind. Yeah, I really think WWE needs to add more matches to their PLEs. They don't need to have every match be taking forever. You know, like they understood this back then. So just, you know, just as an example, yesterday WWE had a premium live event called Crown Jewel. And let's see how long each match was. Okay, the opening match was more than 16 minutes. Then they had a women's match, which was 12 minutes. Then they had a singles match with Rollins versus Bronson Reed. That was 12 minutes. They had Liv Morgan and Nia Jax have a little more than an 8-minute match. That was the best match on the show. Then they had LA Knight, Andrade, and Carmelo. That was 9 minutes. That wasn't anything special. And then the final match was 23 minutes, and that match was really nothing special either. So, you know, look at how many matches were double digits in terms of minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6. And one of the two that wasn't was the best match on the show. Just to give you an idea of what's going on in WWE today. Mankind and Road Dogg are in the middle of the ring here. Now, this match is not spectacular either, but you see, it's definitely not going to be that long. Because, I mean, there's really not much time left in the show, and they got to do the main event, so. They're trying to figure out who's going to be the third man in the main event for the WWF title. That's next after this match. And so at this point, the crowd doesn't know who's the third man. You know, they were probably all sad because they don't get to see Steve Austin, but oh, Al Snow is stomping the life out of Road Dogg. Now Mankind is helping. They both got their boots on Road Dogg's neck. Oh, knee to the solar plexus of Road Dogg, and Road Dogg gets the shoulder up. Mankind and Road Dogg are the legal men. Oh, oh wow! Al Snow is doing his signature headbutts to Road Dogg, where he grabs both arms of Road Dogg and starts landing headbutt after headbutt. But now Road Dogg returns the favor with his trademark jabs. Is he going to go for? Oh, he's trying to tag in Billy Gunn. Al Snow is holding on to Road Dogg. Jeez, Al Snow just got dropped face first onto the announce table by Billy Gunn. Road Dogg is beating up Mankind on the outside too. Billy Gunn just drops an elbow on Al Snow. Jerry Lawler said, I heard that Billy Gunn is a really good driver. Once again suggesting Billy Gunn is the guy who ran over Stone Cold. Oh, Road Dogg, axe handle, double axe handle to Al Snow's back on the outside. Yeah, they're having a very average match. Crowd's not that thrilled about it. They're probably sad about the fact that they're not going to get to see Steve Austin. But for that very reason, I have a feeling this match is probably going to end very soon. Because again, they were, whoever was in charge of timing out the show, I mean, they did a great job back in the Attitude Era. They really packed as much as they could into each show. It was like car crash TV, and that's what kept it great. It's kind of like why apps like TikTok and even YouTube Shorts, it's why they're popular. Because you just go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. That's how they keep your attention. They just keep showing you, oh, you don't like this? Well, try this. You don't like this? Try this. And that's what the people behind the scenes during the Attitude Era, they understood that. This is how you keep people's attention. You gotta, keep it moving, keep it well paced. And I don't think WWE paces things well these days. They do extremely long-term storytelling, which I understand doing long-term storylines, but man, they drag stuff out forever and ever. And you see the plot twist coming like a mile away, like a month in advance, and it's like, come on, keep me on the edge of my seat. That's what WWE does not do these days. They don't keep anyone on the edge of their seat anymore. Because it's like, everybody knows pretty much what's going to happen like 6 months before it happens. So Mankind in the ring with Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. By the way, these guys really have not done a good job in keeping the crowd entertained. Just as I say that, Mankind just started imitating Road Dogg's trademark jabs. He was yeah, that's probably what they should do in this match, have a lot of comedy. Oh, wait. Mankind, Irish whips Road Dogg into the corner. Famouser by Billy Gunn on Mankind. And Road Dogg goes for the cover. 1, 2. Mankind gets the shoulder up. Road Dogg was doing a pump handle slam. Did some dry humping before. He missed it because Al Snow attacked him. Al Snow hits the snow plow on Road Dogg. Mankind hits the double arm DDT on Billy Gunn. Now Mankind is pulling out Mr. Socko. All right, things are looking good for Mankind and Al Snow now. They might have a shot to win the titles. Mr. Socko in the gullet of Billy Gunn, and now a mandible claw on Road Dogg, and they just hit a double low blow on Mankind. They both kicked Mankind in the crotch. Al Snow just hit Billy Gunn in the head with the mannequin head that Al Snow brings to the ring. Mankind went for the cover on Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn just gets the shoulder up. Billy Gunn. Whoa, spike pile driver on Mankind. Billy Gunn goes for the cover, and the Outlaws retain the titles. Ooh, that was a big spike pile driver by Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. Yeah, that was a very average match, but it's over now, and time for the main event. WWF title on the line. Triple H defending the title against The Rock and a third person that we don't know who it is yet. And I believe Vince McMahon might be the special guest referee for this match. Now they're showing a replay of the hit and run in the parking lot. Jeez. That is so funny. They said it, definitely a blonde-haired person driving the car. Oh, so they already had this in mind a year in advance, because that becomes the key piece of evidence that there was a blonde-haired person driving the car. It ends up being Rikishi, but... Oh, here comes The Rock. Oh, crowd going nuts. We don't even know who the third guy is yet. But again, that keeps the tension and suspense real high during the show, because nobody... Look, one of the participants is coming out. We still don't know who the third guy is. You know who they should have be the third man? Oh, actually, no. They can't have Chris Jericho. He just lost. I mean, I know who the third man is, but I was trying to think, is there who is the best option at this time? Here comes Triple H, WWF champion. People chanting a-hole at him. We still don't know who the third guy is. I think it's a shame that they never had that triple threat match, Triple H, Rock, Austin, at this pay-per-view. Because that would have been maybe the biggest match in Attitude Era history. They should have had that match show and then done this hit and run angle after the show or something. You know what they should have done? They should have did Rock, Triple H, Austin, have Austin win the title, and then have him get hit by a car right after the show. And they show it on camera. Like, they show him getting hit backstage. And then that becomes the year-long storyline. The title is vacant, and then they crown a new champion later. So Howard Finkel goes, and their opponent, and then the Big Show's music hits, and Triple H and Rock are not too thrilled with that. The Rock and Triple H are just staring at Big Show like, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do now? Yeah. Good job by Triple H and The Rock for their excellent reaction to finding out that the Big Show is their opponent. Now they're double teaming him. Smart move. Match has begun. WWF title on the line. The Rock, Triple H, Big Show. And I think everybody's shocked here. And they have to team up. They don't... Whoa! Big Show. Big double clothesline on The Rock and Triple H. Headbutt to The Rock. Headbutt to Triple H by Big Show. Big forearm to both guys. Big Show is dominant right now. Oh, he's destroying them. Big boot to The Rock's face. And Big Show, another big boot to Triple H's face. You know, Big Show makes the most sense because, oh wow. Big Show is going for a chokeslam on Triple H. Rock clubs the Big Show in the back to prevent that from happening. Remember, Big Show was fresh because if you remember earlier in the night, he had a 1-on-4 match and eliminated all 4 guys in under 3 minutes. So he was the logical choice. He's the fresh guy. The Rock just pushed Big Show into the ring post on the outside. Oh, wow. Triple H landed a shot on The Rock on the outside. Now all 3 guys outside. Whew. Rock landing shots on Triple H. Big Show and Triple H in the ring now. Rock on the outside. Big Show's got his boot on the neck of Triple H, choking him. Rock is back in the ring, side Russian leg sweep on the Big Show. Throws Triple H to the outside. Oh, it's looking like he's trying to go for the people's elbow here on the Big Show. Throws the elbow pad into the crowd. Hits the ropes. Hits the other ropes and lands it. Triple H back in. And he attacks The Rock before The Rock can go for the pin. Oh, all three guys in the ring. Rock landing shots on Triple H. Triple H, knee to The Rock's face, and then Big Show, sidewalk slam. Imagine, Big Show is embroiled in a feud with the Big Boss Man at the bottom of the card, and all of a sudden he's in the main event tonight. And that is the kind of curveball that I like to see, because it keeps you guessing as to what in the world is going to go on this show. I like when things are super unpredictable. That's the way entertainment should be. You shouldn't be able to see the ending of a story months in advance. I mean, come on. Big Show Big Show and Triple H are near the entryway. And Big Show just picked up Triple H and tossed him into a steel guardrail that is there. Oh, The Rock. Oh, wow. The Rock running up the entryway. Big clothesline on Big Show. Takes him down. Remember, Big Show is like 7 feet tall, 500 pounds at this point. The Rock and Triple H. Rock in control of Triple H, and he just threw him into this like steel staging that is near the entryway where the wrestlers come out from. Oh, Triple H, Irish whip to The Rock. The Rock hits the barricade, and then Triple H clotheslines him. Big Show, knee to the face of Triple H. Oh, The Rock just hit Big Show in the head with a fire extinguisher that happened to be over there. Again, they're still fighting near the entryway. Uh-oh. Triple H looks like he's going for a suplex on The Rock on the outside. And The Rock reverses it and suplexes Triple H right onto the floor. Uh-oh, Big Show has The Rock by the throat. Oh my goodness. Big low blow to Big Show by Triple H. And that's the thing, this is a triple threat match, so there's no disqualification, no count out. These guys can do anything. Crowd chanting for The Rock. Remember, The Rock hasn't been WWF champion since WrestleMania 15. This year. So that was March of 99. This is November. Almost 8 months since The Rock has been champion. So they want The Rock to win this one. I mean, the Big Show, I guess, the Big Show is a babyface at this time. Triple H is the most hated heel in the industry. And that's why they want The Rock to win. I mean, there's not like a ton of Big Show fans. It's not like Big Show is like the most super popular guy in the world or anything. Big Show. Irish whips Triple H into the steel steps. No. Big Show just threw Triple H headfirst into the English announce table. The Rock just spit a bunch of water on Big Show's face. No. Big Show threw Rock's head into the barricade there. Big Show drops Triple H headfirst onto the announce table. Oh, Rock rakes the eyes of the Big Show. Oh my God. He just hit Big Show in the head with the ring bell. Triple H is trying to suplex the Big Show by himself. Maybe The Rock will come and help him out. Yeah, he's helping. He's helping Triple H. Oh, wow. That was a great spot. And the crowd is super excited now. The Rock and Triple H double suplex to the Big Show through the Spanish announce table. And that table exploded. So, yeah, that was a cool looking spot. And The Rock clotheslines Triple H over the barricade. Okay, Rock and Triple H are fighting among the fans here. Boy, they're deep into the stands. No, they're not like in the front row or anything. Oh man, these people are super excited just to be around them. And Rock throws Triple H back over a barricade, but they're still in the fans here. Yeah, Jim Ross is saying basically this match is now down to Rock versus Triple H because Big Show has been taken out by getting suplexed through the announce table. So now Rock just punched Triple H back over the barricade. Oh, wow. The Rock just accidentally clotheslined Earl Hebner, the referee. There's no ref now. Remember, Big Show is out on the outside after being put through an announce table. Now there's no ref. Now it's just Rock and Triple H. Rock is going for rock bottom. Triple H reverses. Going for the pedigree. The Rock reverses. The Rock he slingshots Triple H into the top turnbuckle. Going for rock bottom. Hits it. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And there's no referee. 4, 5, 6, 7. So The Rock gets a visual pin here. Shane McMahon, the referee. 1, 2. Shane McMahon, wearing a referee shirt, ran to the ring. Oh, whoa! Another rock bottom. Shane McMahon, 1, 2, and Big Show pulls Shane McMahon out of the ring. Big Show is back up. Now, this is a fun match. The Rock landing shots to the Big Show on the outside. Big Show throws Rock headfirst into the English announce table. Remember, the Spanish announce table has been destroyed because of that double suplex that the Rock and Triple H hit on the Big Show. Rock is laying on the announce table. The crowd is chanting for The Rock. Rocky, Rocky. We are in the final stage of this match. We got Shane McMahon out here in a referee shirt over his button-down dress shirt. Triple H is in the middle of the ring. The Rock is out on the announce table. Big Show and Triple H in the middle of the ring. Headbutt to Triple H by the Big Show. Big Show launches Triple H with a big slam. Uh-oh. Big Show on the outside with The Rock. The Rock is landing punches. Big Show just Irish whipped The Rock into the steel steps. Triple H. Oh, what is this? Triple H picked up the WWF title belt to use as a weapon, but then Triple H pedigrees Shane McMahon. Once again, there's no referee. The Rock back in the ring. DDT to Triple H. Big elbow by Big Show on The Rock. Another elbow dropped on Triple H by the Big Show. Everyone is down except the Big Show. Big Show, big leg drop on Triple H. Oh, here we go. D-Generation X has come out, and they're beating the heck out of Big Show and The Rock. Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, X-Pac interfering on behalf of their leader, Triple H, the WWF champion. Everybody's chanting for Austin, but they have made it clear Austin is in the hospital. Here comes Vince McMahon marching to the ring. Vince McMahon, Big Show, just chokeslammed Billy Gunn. And Vince went to hit Triple H with the title and got him. Big Show chokeslam to Triple H. Vince McMahon, 1, 2, 3. Big Show has won the WWF Championship. Vince McMahon just counted the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and this is the kind of crazy, random, unpredictable stuff that would go on in the WWF. I remember just being like, what? Big Show is champion? How did that happen? It's just like... Triple H just lost the title to the Big Show. A guy he didn't even know he was facing until he was already in the ring. Big Show as WWF champion. Nobody was calling for that. The Rock looks like, you gotta be kidding me. That's the look on The Rock's face right now. Big Show winning his first WWF Championship right here at the Survivor Series of 1999. The Rock is jaw-jacking with Vince McMahon. He's angry about what just happened here. Well, he did get screwed because he got an opponent that he wasn't prepared for, and then DX comes and beats the heck out of him. Meanwhile, Vince McMahon also kind of, Vince McMahon interfered in the match and ended up helping the Big Show win the title. And that was WWF Survivor Series 1999. I would say the best match on the show was Chyna versus Chris Jericho for the Intercontinental Championship. So if you want to check out one match from the show, definitely check that one out. And the main event was okay too. But definitely, if you want to see a good professional wrestling match and how a professional wrestling match should be laid out and planned out, this is a perfect example of what a pro wrestling match should be. Watch Jericho and Chyna. And thank you for watching.